Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Banished in New Cardiff, playing with the Colonial Charter mod pack. Looks like I accidentally built a mine last time. Didn't really mean to, but we did it anyway, somehow. So, I guess we might as well show you guys what this thing can do. If we go to the mine, we could assign some miners down here that would gather up some iron ore and/or some coal. Or, apparently, if we have furnace fuel available, it can turn things directly into iron bars. How exactly that works, I'm not too sure. Do they bring the furnace fuel down and do some smelting in the mine? I mean, if so, that's actually pretty interesting, and if so, well, what's the point of getting a smelter? But, I don't know. For now, we'll go with the standard build. I've never tried doing that before, but either way, it's here. I'm not really planning on using it right now, but we have it. By sheer happenstance. Alright, so, where did we last leave off? Right, we were building up our fuel refinery, so that we'd be able to start finding up some fuel, so that I could start up a smelter, so that I could get some iron. And in the meantime, we're trying to gather up a whole bunch of herbs and stuff like that so I can try buying some sunflower seeds. Well, that sounds pretty cool. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and plan something else out that I kind of want to do. Because in the near future, I'm going to want to start upgrading a lot of the different houses from wood to stone so that we'll be more fuel efficient. And if that's the case, then one thing we could certainly do is try setting up a little bit of a boarding house. And this is the standard one that you would find in the vanilla version of the game. If we placed one, like, let's say right here, though, you know, we could build a boarding house, you know, and what it does is it's basically a temporary shelter. So if we were to demolish a couple of these buildings and some people were homeless, they'd go live in the boarding house until something else became available to them. So that's kind of what we're going to do there. I'm going to go ahead and place a bit of a road, and actually, while we're at it, let's go ahead and also place a well, if we can find it. There you are. Roadless well place, let's say right here. There we go. Just in case we ever were to have a fire or something like that, at least now we'll have a way to get around that. There we go. Alright, sounds good. So, we are building up that fuel refinery. We will try turning coal and stuff into coke if we can. Let's see exactly what our options are once we have this fuel refinery. Why was someone homeless for a minute there? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, I get the Mirandi, the forester, died of old age, but somehow that made somebody else homeless for reasons we don't quite understand. Bizarre. Anyway, let's go to our trading post here, and we're going to go ahead and raise up the inventory up to 1,000 herbs, and it's going to be a long time before we have that many herbs, but this is one way of getting seeds for certain. So, as they gather up herbs, they'll have to go deliver them here, and once we have 1,000, we'll buy some sunflower seeds and we'll plant our first ever crop. Not that sunflower seeds are exactly the best crop to get, not even a little bit. Personally, I think that peppers and potatoes and corn and stuff are some of the best. They're fairly hardy little things. They last pretty well through most seasons without much issue. But anyway, so we finished the fuel refinery. Excellent. So, what we could do now is have a something. What does this symbol mean? Not a kilnman. Not a melter. A fuel refiner. There we go. We could have a fuel refiner work here. And he can turn firewood, fire bundles, charcoal, coke, or coal into furnace fuel. Now, we already have a bunch of coke. Is there any reason not to turn coke into furnace fuel? Not that I can think of off the top of my head. Let's go ahead and assign a person here. I'm going to start refining that stuff. And with the furnace fuel, I'll be able to build up a smelter. We can start turning our iron ore into something more useful. And then that'll be it. Now, what's your problem? You're saying that we don't have enough coke? I thought we had coke. Or is it called something else? Hang on. Where's our coke? Oh, don't tell me people use it to fuel their houses in the winter. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Did you really? Oh, if so, that makes me kind of upset. I wasn't aware they would do that. Coke fuel is something you use for smelting, not for, like, lighting your fireplace. Coke fuel. Curious if we have it stored anywhere else. Not there. Is it in the building materials? No. Oh, gosh dang it. Well, I don't know where it all went, but I suspect they somehow managed to consume it all. I was not aware that they could do that. I thought it was strictly for smelting and nothing else. But apparently, I am wrong. Doing one more take, make sure I haven't missed it anywhere, but I'm not seeing it. Yeah, that's very frustrating. Okay, well, Now I'm a little bit peeved. You idiots. Why would you use something as valuable as coke fuel? That would explain why we've been stocking up on so much firewood. Oy vey. Alright, well, looks like we finished building our well and stuff like that. That's good if we ever have a fire. Someone can go over here, grab some water, try to put out the fires and stuff like that. Fine, whatever. Let's go ahead and build up a smelter then. And I guess we could have some people go and mine out some coal. If we wanted to do that, set this to coal here, work it, assign a couple of workers. Let's just have like 2 for now. 2 people will go out into the mines, they'll gather up some coal, and they'll bring it home. Let's actually create like a little stockpile. I don't know if this actually requires stockpiles or barns. Nope, it says that this will do for coal. Okay, perfect. Well then let's set up a very small stockpile. Let's just say right here. And the people working the market should be able to ferry this around, so it doesn't have to be very big. But just a little stockpile. There we go. Into the mine she goes. I'm peeved, I really am. Alright, so we need to get a smelter going, yes? Let's go to refined materials. Smithing. And we might as well use a foundry, I think. Creates iron from iron ore, also can create tin, copper, bronze, and pewter. Can make cannons, joists, iron statues, and so on. Molten metals into molds. Now, how is this going to be different from a smelter, then? Metalsmith, melting house, small iron smelter. The foundry, it appears, can do all manner of different projects, but it does say that it can turn iron into iron ore, and since we did kind of plan this out, building around a water wheel thing here, I guess we might as well place it, yes? So we're going to go ahead and build a foundry right about there. Let's go ahead and assign a couple of extra builders. How much lumber we got? Got 20 there, and 32 here. Looks like we actually might be able to build this thing. No problem at all. Sweet! More children have been born, the reserve of stone is kind of running low. Shocker. Yeah, the stone and salt mine here is not going to last for forever. You can see it actually is depleting its resources over time. All the more reason eventually we will want to turn it into a deep stone and salt mine, so that I will be able to reclaim the ground and kind of start over if I want to, or just build over it. Otherwise, mines and quarries can be kind of permanent, and well, they're just kind of an eyesore as far as I'm concerned. They don't look really good. Alright, we're producing fuel, yes? Furnace fuel. Not standard fireplace fuel. Okay? Don't make that mistake, people. I don't see any evidence that we're making any, though. Is it getting delivered? Are we producing any? No, we haven't produced any yet. Let's go ahead and take this person off of here. We're going to stock up a little bit of coal, and then we'll worry about it. Have you produced any coal yet? 4 coal. It's not a lot, is it? No, it is not. Okay. Right now we have 700 herbs, by the way, so give it another couple of seasons or so and we might have enough. Oh, that's looking kind of cool. You can see it in process here, and you can see, like, the bars and stuff. Aw, somebody put a lot of work into texturing this thing. You're never going to see that again. At least I don't think. You can almost kind of see around the corner here, but not really. Are you stuck? It says she's picking up resources. There we go. Alright, well, we've got a foundry. What can we do with this? Iron ore and furnace fuel can become iron. Good. Wow, there's a lot of things we can make here. Silver, copper, tin, bronze, which is copper and tin, pewter, which is tin and copper. So basically bronze, but more tin heavy. Got it. Joists, cannons, iron statues, bronze tools? I would imagine that bronze tools are not better than iron tools, but they might be cheaper to manufacture. I mean, copper and tin are usually fairly easy to obtain. That could very well be the case. Of course, it is more important, though, that we have basic iron going here. So, for now, I'm going to tell this thing not to work because we need to stock up on some furnace fuel. But once we do have that, we can assign a second blacksmith, and he'll go work in the foundry and give me some proper iron bars that I can turn into better tools, which means at some point pretty soon, we probably will want to turn this blacksmith into something a little bit better. But either way, there's the iron tools right there. Cool. Alright, moving on then. Let's go ahead and continue expanding our housing out a little bit, since we are kind of getting population capped right about now. Now, the next major project that I think I want to work on is going to be getting bricks. Bricks and other basic building blocks, building materials and stuff. Probably could place it back here as well, still relatively close to the market, shouldn't have too much trouble. The other thing we could do if we want to have a little fun is try placing an abbey somewhere out here and get some monks making some ale that we might be able to sell. That could also be pretty fun. Let's see, we don't need quite this many builders. Anna Maria has become an adult. Yeah, that means she's going to need a house. Well, if only we had a little bit more stone, eh? Where else is stone? Is there stone far away that I can get to? Maybe a little bit. I can't remember if they are allowed to cross basic creeks or not. If this were a river, they wouldn't be able to cross. Can they cross a creek? Where are you going? Oh, there was some stone here. Well, what do you know? Seriously, it feels like you have a long way to go home. My gosh, what are you doing, woman? Huh. Well, anyway. Okay. Now, if we don't want to wait for the coal, we could, of course, just start burning some logs and firewood and stuff, but eh. How much coal we got now? 16 coal in the last season. It's not a lot, is it? But it's something. Let's go ahead and get a fuel refiner going again. There you are. Just one will do for now. Oops. We don't need to have too many people working this. Still need 2 more stone so we can build out the next house. Yeah, this quarry is taking a long dang time, isn't it? Now, one thing we can do to try and make it more efficient is actually put a stockpile right next to it so that these people don't have to stop mining out the stone and walk it all the way to this stockpile, which is taking a long time. So if we want to place a stockpile nearby, that would save a lot of time and let them be more efficient so they can work longer hours, for no pay, or something, I don't know. Let's place a little stockpile like this. There, you can just deliver it right here instead. Does that sound better? Actually, they may not be delivering anything. The laborers might be doing that for them. In which case, this actually doesn't serve a whole lot of purpose, but either way, it's right there. Alright, build up that stone house. We are really low on stone, but we're doing very well on food right now. So if we wanted to actually pull some people off of food, we could certainly do that. I'm not sure that we need to. Now, see, these guys are getting a little on the older side. 32 and 28 before they got their own house. Means we're starting to have a little trouble here. We're going to need to start expanding our housing, otherwise people aren't going to have anywhere to live. And then we're going to have an aging population and go into a death spiral. And as you can imagine, I'm not especially thrilled about that prospect. Let's see. Let's queue up some stone houses. I don't really want to build log or wooden houses. I mean, we could. Since stone has been a major issue for us, that is certainly an emergency option for us, but long term, the stone houses will always be better. I want to preserve firewood. I don't want to go through more logs than I have to. Logs are a fairly sustainable resource if you do it correctly. Alright, let's go ahead and pause all these right now. No need to use it all up. They've already mined out most of the resources here. There we go. Alright, apparently we're getting capped out on iron? No, we're getting capped out on materials. Oh, interesting. Regular coal is being considered a material, is it? Yeah, no, that's not quite what I had in mind. Go back into the coal mines. How much fuel are we getting? Okay, so far we produced 20 fuel. It's something. It's not a lot, but it is something. Good enough for me. What is this? Is this clay? Yes, it is. Why are you guys delivering clay and lumber over here? I guess because the material seller isn't good enough for you, even though it's literally closer. Eh, whatever. 800 herbs. Notice this trader has not gone anywhere. Eventually, he should have given up on his own and left. But again, so long as we keep this menu open, he's not going anywhere. We've got him right where we want him. Oh, look! We've got graves. Aw, they're pretty. Well, in kind of a sobering way, but, you know, I think they are kind of pretty in a weird way. I like it, personally. Let's go ahead and get another miner going. Get a little bit more coal. Of course, the big question is, are we producing more coal than we're using up right now? Because that would give me some idea as to whether or not we need to have more people working the mines, or more people working the fuel refinery. Apparently we're getting capped out on food here. Let's go ahead and stock up a little bit. We could try trading something else other than herbs, since we're doing really well on food. Should we trade away some fish? Something that we have. Something that we have a lot of. Again, I kind of wish I had my town hall up so I could take a look. Let's take a look at the market. What's obvious? What's standing out here? Lots of fish. Some beeswax, blueberries, crayfish, oysters. Lots of roots. Lots of venison. That's something we have a lot of. And venison is worth what? Am I not allowed to trade venison? There it is. Oh, this particular trader has no interest in venison, which is why it's grayed out right now. He's a planter. All these things that are highlighted, those are the things he's interested in, but nothing else. Okay, so if you don't want venison and you don't want fish, well then I guess there's not much I can trade you in the way of food, now is there? He does want things like salt, though. No, there's just not much for me to offer him right now. We're just gonna have to wait until those gosh dang herbs are done. How you guys doing on that frickin' house? Gosh dang, you guys use up a lot of stone. I've never had so many stone problems. And no, it does not look like these guys are able to cross a creek. Okay. So let's go ahead and cancel the removal of all this stuff. It serves no purpose right now. Instead, perhaps we should consider building our own little bridge across this creek so we can access some easy stone. There's a whole bunch in this little valley over here. And it's going to be a lot faster to do that with my laborers than to wait on this quarry for forever. So let's go ahead and build up a small bridge. What can we build? A little wooden bridge would do fine. This requires a little bit of logs. Tiny bit of stone. It's probably fine, right? So we'll build it probably just around the mountainside, something kind of like this. There we go. We'll build a little road, kind of snake around, like so. There we go. I don't know, I kind of like working around the terrain. Even though these mountains and stuff are very annoying and they get in the way, I think it looks kind of cool having an asymmetrical town that's built around the existing terrain, don't you? I just geek out about games like this sometimes, you know? It makes me happy. Seems kind of silly, now that I say it out loud, but it kind of does. There we go, more stone houses are done. Alright, so, use up that stone, please. Build up the bridge. And then, let's get a little move on. Get some more stone. I need to get stoned, you don't understand. There we go. Okay. So how's this bridge looking? There's the stone we're looking for. Just need a builder to come down here. And it'll be charming. It'll be a little stone bridge, a little wooden bridge thing over a creek. Where are you going? What are you doing, dear? Where are you going? Oh, just walking on the mountainside like a goat? Okay. Just gonna stick around in the middle of town, huh? Yeah, don't mind me. Don't mind the people. These guys are totally domesticated. They're not worried at all. Totally desensitized to humans. Alright, how much furnace fuel we got now? Only 20. How much have we produced? 40. So my question now is, where's the other 20 furnace fuel? I'm kind of scared that people are using it for something again, which they're not supposed to do. I wish there was a way to forbid that to make sure it wouldn't happen. But let's go ahead and hire up another blacksmith. And this blacksmith will be able to go to the foundry and make iron bars, which I can use to make even better tools. And there's the bridge. See, I told you it'd be cute and quaint. Look at that thing. It's adorable. I mean, the reeds are kind of clipping through it, so... You know, it's not perfect, but it's there. Oh well, all the laborers should go off and get some more stone now, which is great. So, I did say we wanted to get this town hall going, which requires a heck of a lot of lumber, unfortunately. Which we only have like 45 there, another 82 there. Actually, we're kind of close to being able to do this now. You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and unpause this, and let's build up our town hall. And while we're doing that, let's plan out the brickworks. So we're already getting a lot of clay together. What we're going to need to get is something to fire the clay into bricks. Materials, I think. Brickworks. Using a furnace, the brickworks creates hot blasted-shaped bricks for advanced buildings. That's what we're looking for. So if we place a couple of those, let's say one kind of here, and another kind of here. Just kind of across from each other, like so. Generally, I build these in pairs. I think you could justify having 4 shore houses to produce clay to 2 brickworks, but I don't remember the exact proportion. So I might be misremembering that. But either way, now that's going to use up a bit of lumber. But we have all the lumber we need for the town hall, so that's fine. As we produce more, we'll go ahead and build this thing up. And there's the town hall getting built. We're going to have a proper sense of government here. It's going to be awesome. Huh. The steps are kind of clipping into the road a little bit more than I think I was expecting, too. There it is. All right, town hall is done. And this is one other place where we can look at the status of all of our people It is year 12. We have 20 homes, 34 families, 65 citizens, 52 adults. Only 3 students? I guess we do have an aging population and not a lot of kids. Interesting. 90% of the population is educated, though. That's good. We can see our professions over here. We can also take a good look at our production. What has been used and what has been produced for the last year. So if I go down to, well, see, it still doesn't let you sort by materials and furnace fuel and stuff like that. For that, we have to actually go into our inventory. We have gold guilders? Who's got gold guilders? I don't recall ever having these. Well, that's fascinating. Huh. Alright, we have 1,000 fish. We have 40 furnace fuel in total. There's only 30 in the central market, so now I know that there's 10 somewhere else because the city hall says so. So that's good. If we want to pay attention to this number, as we are smelting stuff, we'll be able to find out, hey, we're using furnace fuel faster than we are producing it. Or, if we start seeing this starting to stockpile up, with the foundry running, we know that we are overproducing furnace fuel. And so on and so forth. 187 lumber. I didn't even realize I had that much. Huh. I wish that these wild seeds would every once in a while, like, turn into something useful. Like, oh look! Some wild grain! We can now farm wheat. That'd be a little bit too convenient, I suppose, but it would make a little bit of sense to me. More herbs. Still waiting. Need to get up to 1,000. Brickworks are being built. Excellent. With these, we can produce some better materials. And I might actually take the liberty of improving my roads. I did see a comment asking about this a while ago. So these dirt roads are functional and people walk faster on them, but if we did upgrade them to stone or brick or something like that, people would be able to walk slightly faster. And as you guys know, travel time and, you know, efficiently being able to get from place to place is one of the main, you know, aspects of Banished. And any city builder, to be honest. I mean, you ever play something like City Skylines or SimCity or something like that? It's all about frickin' roads. That's all it is, traffic management. Anyway, brickworks. So, they take 13 clay, they take 3 furnace fuel, and they turn it into bricks. So more fuel is certainly something we want. We have the ability to get it, thanks to the mine. We can certainly send more people down there, have more people operate the fuel refinery, and between the 2 of these, yeah, we absolutely could get some bricks together. Is that something I want to do right this second? I don't know. Have we hit the food limit already? Oh my gosh, we have. We'll just say 7,000 is now our limit or something, I don't know. I really want to get these seeds before we end this video, so tell you what, let me skip forward a little bit until we have 1,000 herbs that we can trade away. Hey, good news, by the way, we are actually producing some proper iron bars. Huzzah! We now have 26 iron, so if I actually want to go to the blacksmith and say, hey, stop making crappy rough tools and start making proper iron tools, we can do that for a little bit. They'll last longer, they'll be more effective, it's perfect. No more rough, crappy tools. Proper pickaxes abound. Paul the miner died. Oh no, I'm so sorry. And Prence the stonecutter was crushed by a rock. Well, we're having all manner of tragedies today. That's actually one of the things that's really sucky about the mines and about quarries. I feel like the citizens have a slightly higher than usual death chance. And I say that kind of callously, but I mean, yeah, if you put people in the quarries and stuff, there's a fairly good chance that some of them are going to start dying. You know something we could do, actually? We can go ahead and trade away all of our pearls. I don't really see any reason to hold on to these pearls. How many pearls we got? 22 pearls? Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and set the 22 pearls here. We can just trade this stuff away, that'll be fine. I'm not using it for anything else in particular, we might as well trade it, right? Oh, Camarico, no! Alright, well, oh, and another one. Oh, another one bites the dust. Alright, so let's go ahead and trade away some of these pearls. I'm going to trade away, let's just say, 14 of these pearls, I think. That's 140 right there. We want to have 1 sunflower seed. We're going to trade away, let's just start with a good 800 or so. That's not quite enough. Still need 900. And a little bit more. Whoop, too much. 40. I'm not doing math right now. Math is unnecessary, right? 65. There we go. That's perfect. 4,000. All right, sunflower seeds are ours, and you are finally dismissed, sir. After all the hell you've had to be through. I am so sorry. Say hi to the wife and kids for me. All right, be on your way, sir. So, let's go ahead and turn this down. We don't need to store up every little herb we have now. We'll reduce this down to, let's just say about 300 for the time being. And now, with our sunflower seeds, we can set out a farm, but that's something we're going to do in the next video. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I, as always, will see you guys next time.